Hello, I'm Tamara in the Tax Doula, and I'm here with another tax tip. By now, you should have received all of the documents that you need to file your tax return. But here's a problem that I find happens every year. One of the most common errors that people make is to file their tax returns too early. And what exactly does that mean? It means that sometimes people are so excited and they're anticipating that refund, or either they want to get it out of the way, that they go ahead and they file before they've received all of their documents. They haven't received maybe their documents from their bank. Maybe they haven't received their documents from school if they're getting something because they've paid tuition or interest, or maybe they have investments. So while I understand that everyone wants to be timely or people want that money back, it is extremely important to wait until you receive your documents. What we have to understand is that there is a certain filing period that, say, businesses, that companies that you work for, they have a certain time frame that the government requires them to send out their documents to you. So if you are going ahead and filing your tax return like 2 weeks before the tax season opens, because there's a lot of media pressure that's saying go ahead and file early, be at the front of the line, and you can get your refund early. The reality is tax season begins when tax season begins, right? So this year, tax season began and there were commercials and ads, and I even saw different things coming to me about signing. I was like, tax season doesn't open for another 2 weeks. What are they talking about? And even if you file super early, the IRS doesn't begin to review. So let's say tax season opened on the 31st. I'm just throwing a number out there just randomly. Let's say it opened on the 31st of January. You may have completed your tax return on the 26th. It's basically sitting in a queue, waiting for tax season to begin before anyone will review it. So I say that because it's extremely important that you wait for all your documents. Because if you don't have all your documents and you file incorrectly, there are certain documents that we consider above the line, which means you're going to get them. You're getting them. The government has them already. They already know that you need to be claiming this stuff. And if you don't have your copies yet and you're not reporting this information on your tax return, it can potentially raise a red flag if it shows up. Remember, a few days ago, I talked about how the system is automated. So if the system is automated and you're not reporting something that they have already attached to your socials, that daggone word, if you aren't reporting something that is already attached to your social security number, it can potentially raise a red flag. And it doesn't mean that you're trying to cheat the government or you're trying to be slick. It just means that you didn't get it and you filed before you received it, and therefore it's not on your tax return. So again, for next year, before you file your taxes, make sure you have all the documents that you are supposed to receive from your bank, from your school, any any receipts for information like your medical expenses. Just make sure you have everything that you're expecting before you file your tax return, because the problem is if you don't and it flags it, now you have to go back and redo that tax return. So that is your tax tip for today, and I'm Tamara, the tax doula. Take care.